And we're live. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for the first inaugural 30-something Gamers podcast, 30 Minutes with 30-something. I am your host and co-founder of 30-something Gamers, Mitch Dagg, a.k.a. Maverick1327, or Maverick for short, because I'm not going to want to say the numbers every time. And joining me here is my co-founder, family member, cousin extraordinaire, Alex Dagg, a.k.a. Dagobah. Welcome, Alex.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dagobah. Just call me Dagobah, Alex Dagg, whatever. Just don't call me Shirley.
I would tell you that a lot of people at the start of this may not actually get that reference. That's
No,
from the
probably
classic
not.
movie Airplane, folks. Airplane. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But I really wanted to thank you guys all for joining today. This is kind of a new venture for us. This is something where, we both have day jobs, and Alex is a part-time actor extraordinaire, and I am a director of project management, which sounds like a really boring title. But we both have day jobs, and this is something we're kind of striking out on our own and hoping to bring you guys some great gaming content. From my perspective, I've been gaming for pretty much my entire life. So I just turned 30 today, actually.
Wait, you're 30 today. I thought you were 31 because you're like 2 years younger than me.
This is how close we are, guys. This guy I considered my brother doesn't even know how old I am. I am 30
No, you're 2 years younger than me. I'm 32,
nope.
So you're 30.
Two grade levels younger than you, but I'm young for my age. I'm at the end of my grade level. You're at the very beginning of your grade level. So we're about 3 years, almost 2.5 years apart, but two grade levels.
Right.
Anyway, so back to the matter, and now that we established we don't know each other at all.
No. Who are you?
Like we were saying, like I was saying, I've been gaming my entire life. Primarily an Xbox gamer. I do have a PC gaming quite a bit. I've got a Nintendo right now. I am through and through an RPG guy, lots of MMOs, shooters, you name it, I play it. I would tell you that there's not much I don't play. Maybe puzzle games. Puzzle games is maybe the only thing I would tell you that I'm not really into. But I'll toss over to Alex. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, ditto. No, I mean, I've been gaming practically my whole life. The same old. I really like first-person shooters, sports games. Those have usually been the thing. Like Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, 64, all those arcade games. That's where I grew up on. So, yeah. So I'm here to venture out and be a part of this gaming community and really reach out to those 30-somethings. If you're not 30, whatever. If you're, 21, hey, welcome. If you're 81, what are you doing playing video games? But thanks. And thanks for watching. So, yeah, pretty much your standard gamer. And low life. So I barely work and I play a lot of games. So yeah, I think I'm on par for most of our viewers. So,
and that's no need to offend. And to Alex's point, ultimately we pulled this together to be an outlet for gamers of an older generation. The kind of like a fine wine. Gamers only get better with age. But ultimately, anybody who's interested, we want to check the podcast out. Like we've been talking about, we're doing a lot of stuff around this. Just this podcast will be featured on YouTube, but as well as our website. We just kicked off a website this month. It's www.the30somethinggamers.com. That's the number 30. So THE30somethinggamers.com. Check us out. We're going to be adding reviews constantly. We're going to touch up base on some of the content that's already featured on there. Video streams, our podcast, blogs, all sorts of stuff. We're going to be coming at you probably on the weekends with new content, obviously, because, we do have some day jobs that we have to tackle, but definitely going to be getting pretty heavy doses of content every weekend. Every week we'll do a podcast moving forward, especially with E3 coming up. We're going to be able to do a lot of heavily focused E3 conversations. actually am working on having, this is going to be a surprise to you, Alex. I'm working on having a guest from the gaming industry join us for a podcast in a couple weeks.
Ooh.
Super exciting. And you say ooh like that, but when you find out who I potentially might have on with us, you're going to be mind blown. It's a big deal. It's a big get. So stay out for that in a couple weeks. I'm in conversations just trying to figure out NDAs and what we can actually talk about and stuff like that. But I've got a connection to somebody. I don't want to talk about who they're from or what game they're involved with, but I will tell you that as an audience member, you guys will be thrilled to figure out who it is. But ultimately, we're here to talk about a bunch of things this week. And, the agenda and the format for this might change week to week. But, we're going to kick things off this week with today's weekly news roundup. And this is going to be stuff that, came out this week that we're super interested in. Eager to hear your feedback on certain things you want to talk about. But I'm going to kick today off with Nintendo and them releasing details on their online service pricing. I'm going to pull up here. I got an article from Polygon that I've been reading this week. But Nintendo has announced their pricing for their online service. And it's super, super exciting because this has been kind of delayed the last, couple months. I think that they were supposed to release this in March. It was originally supposed to happen back in last year, October. The service was supposed to launch, and they just keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And then finally, we have some tangible information about Nintendo Switch online service. So, according to Polygon, they're going to be coming out with some tiered pricing for the Nintendo Switch, which will be required for online play eventually. And from what I saw in this Polygon article, prices are going to range from as little as $3.99 for a 1 month subscription. A 3-month subscription is going to run for $7.99, and a 12-month subscription will be $19.99. Interestingly enough, they also, Nintendo being Nintendo who they are, they realize who their audience is. They're coming out with a family package. 12-month family package covers 8 people. That's 8 people with 8 individual logins for $34.99 a month. So just putting those numbers out there, Alex, what are you thinking? What do you think about this price point?
I mean, I think it's really fair. I mean, I don't own a Switch, right? I don't play the Nintendo games mainly because I don't have the money to do such. I go with the high ticketed Xbox, but I mean, Xbox is what, $60 for gold, which is a year. And if you're just going the standard yearly 12-month thing, it is $19.99. So I think it's a very fair price. It's currently a third. Not being a Switch player, I mean, I guess this is for better servers because it's already free, right? They already have online play. Like there is Rocket League. You can play like Tetris, whatever it is. You can play ARMS. You can play all these other games online. So for me, it's like they already offer it free. So what really is to me, yeah, $20, great. You'll be able to have, I guess, backup for the cloud. So your games are going to be backed up online. I guess better servers to do that. But does this spark a does this pricing and having this really create there's going to be something bigger now for online play with the Switch? Is that like the hope then, or is Nintendo just venturing to just have better servers for better playability, better connection? Because to me it seems like if it's already free and it does well, why even charge it? But I mean, businesses, prime directive is what? Making money. So I mean, this is another way to do such.
Yeah, I mean, I would tell you a couple of things, right? So as a Switch owner, and as somebody who's used their online services, they're unfortunately very simplistic and archaic. And, for lack of a better word, they're kind of garbage right now. And I also think that Nintendo realizes that in this modern day of games as a service, right, and software as a service, they cannot offer the extensive online capabilities that a PS4 or an Xbox can offer without charging a monthly subscription. Now, I would tell you that, first of all, I'm excited for this because I think this price point is spot on. I would tell you that, just to go back on the comment that you're talking about, yeah, it is $60 normally for Xbox Live for a year. But if you're paying $60 a year, you're an idiot. cdkeys.com. You can get it anytime for $49.99. That is a free plug for cdkeys.com, by the way. Free plug, no advertising there, but that's where I go every year to get my coat. But regardless, I mean, $19.99 for a year, that's great. And here's what I like about it. That's going to come with access to some sort of virtual console. I don't have it in front of me, but I know that they are bringing some original Nintendo games included as a part of this subscription up front.
Right.
And much like the Xbox backward compatibility and all that, it's going to be a part of your subscription. So you're not paying extra for those types of things. Secondarily, their online service for communication using chat and voice chat in particular is not currently included on the console. You have to download a separate app on your phone, on your tablet or something to talk on your console. It is a giant pain in the ass. Really.
So what you're saying is like that pricing point is including more features. So it's a higher service. So will it still be free, and you can pay for these services that have the extra stuff, or is it no longer free? In order to play online, you have to buy either a monthly or a yearly subscription.
Yeah. From what I understand and what has been released, to play the games online moving forward, you're going to have to pay this subscription. This doesn't mean it, much like Xbox Live, Silver, as they call it, Xbox Basic. If you're not paying, you still have access to things like the store and whatnot. You're just not getting the gold discount and whatnot. Nintendo's going to be running the same deal. So you're not going to be able to use your servers to play games unless you're paying for this service.
And the way things go now, like you have to be online to play. Like they kind of strong arm you. That's why it surprises me when it's like, oh, that you have to be online to play. Like there's no just offline games anymore unless they're like the side scroller, the modern side scroller. So to me, it seems kind of ridiculous to even. For Xbox, I know I'm going off topic, but for even Xbox to even offer like a basic, there's like no point to that, in my opinion. So, I mean, I hope with Nintendo to bring it around that it's just all the same. Like it's just one service. It is what it is. It's you pay for the month, or you pay for 3 months, or you pay for the year. And if you're doing this, I mean, it seems kind of silly not to just pay for the year up front. Like why else would you?
Well, at the price point, it makes sense, right? If you're paying,
right.
if you're paying
12
monthly,
times 3 is 26. You're going to be paying a whole. I know it's only $6, but I mean,
36.
Or 4.
Math isn't your
30,
strong
yeah,
suit.
4. No, that's right. $3.99. I'm sorry, I'm going a hard 3 and it's a hard 4, whatever. But, it just seems silly. It just seems silly to, why even just spend, a game itself is more than $20. So it's a great deal. And I hope for Nintendo's sake that when it comes out that it has no issues. You know what I mean? I think anybody that's been in gaming, there's a soft spot for Nintendo in everybody. Yeah, you may be an Xbox or a PlayStation player, but the whole basis of why anyone plays games truly is Nintendo. They were the first pioneer, not really the pioneers, but they were like the first people to up the ante. You had Atari and stuff like that. So I really hope for their sake it goes through.
To your point, there's so much, you always hear, PlayStation guys bashing Xbox guys bashing, PlayStation,
but no one will bash Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no one bashes Nintendo.
No,
well, why would you? You bash Nintendo, you're pretty much saying, hey, yo, Mario, go F yourself.
Yeah.
It's just not, no one does that.
So, I mean, more information is going to be TBD. We'll close this out with saying that more information in the coming months is coming, and we'll be sure to keep on top of that. But I would tell you that it looks like the service is going live in September of 2018. So a few months down the line, I'm going to be super interested in it. Yeah, exactly. I'm super interested in it because I have a Nintendo Switch. I would tell you right now, I'm not playing a ton on it. I played Zelda, I played Mario, both excellent games. But right now, the online limitations, like I didn't even get Splatoon because of the hassle that it was going to be to play Splatoon online with the voice chat and all that stuff. I didn't end up going out and getting it. So,
well, and this is the main point, right? Like they have those high market games that are supposed to be online, like Splatoon and all those. They're big market games that just struggle online. Like it's not like, like the only, like even Mario Kart, right? Like Mario Kart's great as a couch co-op, but like I can only see like if what you're saying is Nintendo servers, like I've never played Mario Kart online, but over the Switch, it seems like that would be a lot. for a free service. Like, it seems like it would be very laggy, and I'd probably want to throw my sticks. But
I don't run into a lot of lag on the service. I just think that it's so bare bones on the features. It's very much they're stuck in, like, it feels like, and Nintendo's always been behind on the online components. I think we can all agree on that. But it just feels like they're about 10 years behind right now. And I think that this new service is going to get them caught up. It's going to help them compete. I mean, they're not having trouble selling consoles. But I foresee them having trouble with is keeping interest in that console. Because I'll tell you, I play my Switch the least. I play the PC, I play the Xbox, but I play the Switch the least because, outside of Mario and Zelda, there's a lot of indie titles, but a lot of remakes, but there's not a lot of stuff bringing me back from an online perspective. Right. And the online is super important. It's the central hub of Xbox and PlayStation and PC nowadays. Online component is key. Like, single player gaming isn't dead, but having that connectivity, even just having a service where if I'm playing Zelda and you're playing something else and we can just sit there and bullshit with each other, I mean, that's important to people these days. So it'll be really interesting to see how this rolls out. Like I said, we'll keep everybody, abreast of how things are going on that front, any changes that are coming. I'll tell you, here's the big killer app that Nintendo might have coming for them if they do it, and this is kind of the last thing I want to hit on this topic today. If they bring the virtual console in full to the Switch, and that includes things like Game Boy games and DS games and things like that, that's that killer app that they're going to have coming for them. I would tell you that if they brought Pokemon, any of the old games in any way, shape, or form, that's a boost to Nintendo just by itself. So
I think Pokemon needs to be like an MMORPG or something like that, where you can just roll up and challenge people and capture people's. I just think that's a whole world that. That would probably get me to buy a Switch. Yeah, like I might just be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
it's a killer app,
right? I just feel like, I emulate all the Pokemon games anyway. I have a DS. I play the whatever, but yeah, no. But I think they have a lot of high level, branded games that can really vault them, and they always seem to vault up. So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely see. All right. So big item number 2 here today, and this is one we're going to be talking about a lot in the coming weeks as we get closer to E3. The big news this week: Walmart leaked a bunch of potential titles that are supposedly
Canada Walmart. Canada. I just want to point out it's Canada Walmart.
No comment on the affiliation of the Walmart and the country that it's hosted in. Outside of that, a Walmart leaked a bunch of titles that are potentially going to be either announced or talked about this week. And according to Den of Geek, which I pulled this information from today, but I saw it in a bunch of other sources: IGN, GameSpot, etc.
They're all over the place.
Yeah. There's a bunch of really interesting leaks that came out, and there's a couple of them that I think are for sure surefire things that are going to happen. I would tell you. So I see Gears of War 5. I don't. So here's the thing. Gears of War 5.
That's not to me. That's not that. I'm like, okay, yeah, another Gears of War. Like that to me. I'm like the. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it doesn't excite me. Like,
no, it doesn't. But it's coming.
Cool.
It's not really a leak. I know that's coming. Microsoft's not getting rid of that IP. It's coming. Borderlands 3, that they've been talking about that for years. That's coming. I'm excited that it's going to be on finally current gen systems, because we haven't gotten a proper Borderlands on the Xbox One or PlayStation
for a couple of years.
4. The one that surprises me on this list I have here. So we got Just Cause 4, which it's been about, I think it's going on 2 years since that came out. So whatever. To
be honest, I thought Just Cause was already on number 4, to be honest. When I saw that, I was like, wait, we're not on 5. All right.
I don't play it. I don't know enough about it. Something that gets, not a surprise. Assassin's Creed. Okay. Well, we know that they're getting a new Assassin's Creed every year.
Right. It's just not a thing.
But the 2 games that are called out here. Yeah, there's 2. Yeah, that's exactly where we're at. So we'll start with Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell. I'm going to be surprised if we see another game. I know I saw a bunch of predictions earlier in the year from a couple different media outlets that this might be the year we get a Splinter Cell game, and more credence was led to that piece by the fact that they just did an update in Ghost Recon Wildlands that had Sam Fisher in it. And I think that was to wet the whistle for a potential E3 announcement. So super, super exciting. I think that one is legit. If I had to put money on it, I think we're going to hear about the new Splinter Cell.
Well, I mean, Tom Clancy games, they do seem to come out with something every year, right? And the latest one that I think that people really enjoy within Tom Clancy's realm, right, is The Division. I actually really like that game. I haven't played it in a while, so maybe I should redo that. But I think this is a great recall. You know what I mean? I think this is a franchise that has, I think everyone likes Splinter Cell. I mean, it's Metal Gear Solid, but Metal Gear Solid to me has gotten too thematic. You know what I mean? It's too long. So I think with Splinter Cell, I'm very intrigued. I'm super intrigued by it, just because it's going to be a little more action paced. That spy, that very puzzly action game, and I'm actually quite stoked to see how that's going to look and what they're going to do for any online play. Is it going to be like Rainbow Six, or how's that going to go into it, if they do that at all, or is it just campaign? You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm super stoked for Splinter
I hope
Cell.
they don't Metal Gear Solidify it, and I mean, I hope they don't start throwing it into an open world. I really think that Splinter Cell does really well in that linear genre. You can open it up a little bit,
and that's the thing is, the thing that bothers me now is like, yeah, open world has taken over kind of a lot of the gaming aspect because of GTA 5's success, right? I think because GTA 5 was so huge, like all these other games now are like, oh no, we gotta be open world because people are gonna be captured into that. And like you said, I think Splinter Cell needs to be that linear game. It needs to be this fun campaign where I have oh shit moments where I'm scared for what's going to happen, and really buy into these cut scenes. I mean, like, it's going to look amazing, and I just don't want it to get, for me, to be in that sandbox realm. Just because, like, sometimes a lot of that stuff just becomes to be too much. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
agree. I agree. I'm in on a Splinter Cell game. Give me Michael Ironsides back. Get rid of that other guy you plugged in. Michael Ironsides did the update in Ghost Recon Wildlands,
yeah.
so I'm thinking that they're bringing him back. I don't know. I could be wrong. It was, like I said, I think it was a tease. It was a brilliant marketing tease to throw that in there and then throw this at E3. It makes perfect sense. I think it's going to happen. The one I'm really surprised by is Rage 2, and here's the thing about that. I played a little bit of Rage 1. Really, really interesting game. It was one of those games that really pushed the PCs, your high-end settings in your PC when it came out. Beautiful, beautiful game. Wasn't my favorite game. I don't even know if it sold particularly well.
Especially that it's a Bethesda game, right? So like it didn't sell as much as most Bethesda games.
Yeah, it wasn't a Skyrim. It wasn't a Fallout.
Yeah.
So
right.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it because I just think I'm tired of seeing all the same old IPs repeated over and over again. So, it's not an original new IP now, the first one was, but this one isn't. But at the same time, Bethesda's such a good studio. They do so many good games. I don't mind this. I'll be interested to see what happens. We'll be paying closer attention to this in the coming weeks. Like I said, E3, we're gonna be doing preview shows and wrap ups
right.
and review shows on all the announcements. But I would tell you that this list, here's the thing about this list, the leaked list. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I think we're going to get a huge Star Wars announcement. I'm hoping some sort of awesome Jedi-related game, a KOTOR game, a modern day, I don't know. We're going to get some huge Star Wars announcements from EA. You know what's happening.
So would you like to see a new KOTOR? I mean, because right now, backwards compatible on the Xbox, right? You can do KOTOR and you can do the second one, like the fifth one. Yeah, they're both open, right?
Up. Yeah, the new one's up. So and it's funny, and no joke. I actually, I'm gonna step aside for a second here. So just hold on a sec.
Well, while he steps aside, to go back to what Bethesda was, we were talking about Bethesda. A little thing about Bethesda. GameSpot had this article about saying how Bethesda is going to have one of its longest E3s. And I'm excited about that because like we were talking. I like Skyrim. I like Fallout 4. I like Fallout New Vegas. I love their dystopian.
Well, what are they bringing?
Games.
What are they bringing? Here's the thing.
That's what I don't know. It's Rage. So far we know of Rage 2, right? But they're saying it's It's going to be their longest showcase, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the article again. I read it on GameSpot.
The reason I got
GameSpot now.
These are physically
the only two games you own.
Two original Xbox games, and it's the KOTORs. So I mean, listen, I've started to play through them, and they're great. I don't want to get too caught up in the Bethesda thing. Let's hold off on that net for now, only because we're gonna be covering it. So
I just get excited about Bethesda. I love Bethesda games.
No, but I think we're getting another Elder Scrolls announcement. That's what I actually think. I think that's the big thing that we're going to be getting. So we'll see what's up. Let's talk about some games we're excited for that we know are going to be at the show at E3. And let's lead off with let's lead off with a heavyweight in the room, and that's Red Dead Redemption 2. Huge information push the last 2-3 weeks. IGN did a big spot on it. A bunch of other places. I think IGN got exclusives, which they're so big and huge. I mean, I think they.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, you know what I mean, they have such a huge audience. I mean, I go there all the time. I mean, I'm not more free advertising for somebody. IGN, I go to you guys quite a bit. But Red Dead Redemption 2, I could tell you that in terms of anticipation for games, there's very few games that get me as excited as a Rockstar release. I know that Grand Theft Auto 5, when that came out on the 360, I was through the moon excited for that. Came out, single player game, blew my mind. Online servers were broken, kind of sucked. Then they did the upgrade when we went next gen, right? And they had the updates to GTA 5, and it was like a whole new game. And I was just as excited for that to be re-released on the new consoles because of the first-person mode, and the online was finally fixed for the most part, although I tell you, it's still questionable today. The loading times in that game are horrendous. Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Redemption 1, this is blasphemy as a gamer. I didn't finish the campaign, and this is why I didn't finish the campaign. And I actually went back and I had my old save file. I spent 80 hours. So I played a single player game for 20 hours, never finished it. I spent 80 hours in their online sandbox, just running around shooting people.
Yeah.
And then
that's
GTA
all I
Online,
did.
And GTA Online came out, and that's like, how are they going to up the ante? And a lot of the previews and stuff, the game looks beautiful. It's really, a lot of the previews have been focused on the single player aspects, and they really haven't rolled out a ton of the online stuff. But you got to think that they're going to take GTA Online's kind of setup, and they're going to up the ante. And this thing is going to be super amazing. And I think that at E3, we're going to get some massive reveals around the online mode. I hope. And I hope that they, although this never happens anymore, no server is ever prepared at launch. I hope that they assess the server issues ahead of time. And in day one, I'm not waiting in a queue to get online. Because you know what? I'm going to play a single player game for like 2 hours day one, but then after that, I'm going right.
I'm going to go online. Right.
Online.
And that's what anyone wants, out of that game, right? They just want that online aspect. And I get that. And maybe they do beta tests or alpha tests, but if they were, they would be doing that now. So that's what's got me concerned, that there's no alpha test yet. And maybe they're waiting for the summer.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because,
even when they do those tests, right? They never.
Garbage. Sea of Thieves. Yeah. I was in their alpha. I was in their beta. I was in their beta, the open beta. Then the game launched. I couldn't play the first 2 days. So I unfortunately, I think that it's just they're not going to be prepared. I think that I just need to come to a point where I just accept that they're not going to be prepared, and the servers are going to be garbage the first week of the game, and then they'll level out. I hope they address the loading issue. The loading issue in GTA Online is still terrible. It's very bad, and it's unacceptable for me, in my opinion, from a AAA game. So I'm hoping they fix it. all in all, I'm super excited for that. Alex, is there anything else you want to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2 wise?
No, I mean, I think a lot of people that are looking forward to games, I think that is the number one game. There aren't too many games that I think people are really ecstatic about after Red Dead 2, to be honest. It seems like there's just a lot of remasterings coming out, and little games here and there. I'm not to say that I'm excited for anything else is not a lie. There are a couple other games that I'm looking forward to, but not on the level of Red Dead 2. It's cowboys, right? So I mean, like we had Sea of Thieves. Everyone as a kid always wanted to be a pirate, right? So now we're having this ability now to be a cowboy. Every kid, whether you're a boy or a girl, wanted to be a cowboy, right? You just want to, see at high noon kind of thing. Like it is what it is. We live in America. Americans are cowboys apparently. So now we get to virtually be one.
Yeah, no, it's true.
So I have nothing really to extend on that.
We'll have more. We'll have way more. And like I said,
well, I don't want to get my hopes up too high. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking forward to it, but I really want a beta. I want an alpha.
Do you worry
or
about
a
that
beta.
though? Do you ever worry about that with Rockstar? Because I would tell you they're the one company I don't ever worry about. I will put my hopes through the moon, and I don't meet them.
I don't. I mean, Rockstar does amazing games, right? Like I've never really been let down as far as content or as far as story, as far as environment. I'm never let down in that aspect. Like you said about GTA 5, it's just loading, but it's a big game. So after a while, I kind of get over it. It gives me a minute to do whatever. Like I can look at a video real quick while the damn thing loads. But it's. There's nothing that really makes me worried. Again, the only thing that really worries me is the online aspect. But I mean, if they're an inkling, if they have any inkling or any like forward thought, if they could just be a little bit better of how Sea of Thieves came out, it'd be a success, right? Like, I mean, it's a damn shame that people are waiting 24 to 36 hours to get on. So if there is a wait time or a queue, but maybe it's 10 minutes and then I can get into a server, great, that's a success. Even if it's like 45 minutes, we're down, we're back up or whatever. But I think the key thing for all of that is communication. So I think gamers are understanding so long as they're kept up to date on communication. So servers go down at 9 a.m. At 9:02, I want an update. At 9:04, I want an update. At 9:06, I know you can only update so much, but that's what gamers want. They just need to be updated almost every second, which is silly. But if there are issues, Rockstar just needs to be on top of the communicative aspect, and I think people will be more lenient. I mean, but again, this is a game that people really want to play. It's been talked about, even before there was an announcement for Red Dead 2, people are like, oh man, I can't wait for the next one because there's probably going to be online play. Well,
and they were sneaky. They were real sneaky with their 4K enhancements that they came out with on Red Dead. And I would tell you that it was actually, again, much like the Splinter Cell and Ghost Recon, I think that it was an excellent marketing head. That game is beautiful. Red Dead Redemption 1, backwards compat, 4K game, looks like it came out in this generation. It's unreal. So I think that they're in a good spot. Again, we'll wait and see on the online aspects and how those end up working out. But I think ultimately it's going to be a success. The other big game, and this is a first party Microsoft release. And I don't know if you played the first game, Alex. I know that I did, and I tell you, the only thing that was missing from it was online play. It was State of Decay. State of Decay 2 is coming out, and it's another one of them, another one of the zombie survival genres. It is a campaign focused game in an open world. Kind of like, I would say, kind of GTA with zombies, because you could drive vehicles, things like that. The first game was really cool. There's like resource management involved. There's surviving. There's there's a discovery aspect, there's recruiting, there's like single player story elements. The only thing the first one was missing was online play. And I would tell you, they've got it. They've got 4-player co-op coming online. So super, super excited for that game. It's also, if it's anything like the original game, I don't think it's going to be a full price game. I got to double check on that. The original game, I think, was a $30 game. I think this one is $2. If it's a $30 game, unless it's absolute garbage, it is a must buy. An absolute must buy for the price and what you get out of the game. Super, super excited for that. I know there's probably a lot of Daisy H1Z1,
Z1,
those type of game fans out there. If you have an Xbox, PC, State of Decay 2, it's going to be great.
Okay, so it will run for $30. I just see this on, I think it's GameSpot. I was taking a look when you said that. So. I was looking. GameSpot says that the standard version will be for $30, and the Ultimate Edition will cost $50. The Ultimate Edition grants players access to State of Decay 2 a few days early. So on few days earlier, I guess, than May 18th, or May 18th is the few days. I don't know. That's kind of odd because I thought it came out at the 18th.
It is. So it's a few days before May 18th, I think.
Okay, so a few days. Okay, right. And then you'll also get a copy, an Xbox One copy of State of Decay Year 1 Survival Edition, as well as the forthcoming.
Offer. I hate this crap. I hate these ultimate.
Well, it's going to have
games. I hate
Independence and Daybreak DLC packs when they release. So.
Included. So there's DLC included for the $50.
Right. So you're getting 2 DLCs with that. I think that's almost worth it because I bet you if the game's $30 normally,
each DLC pack can be $10 at least.
I'm going to say $20 at least.
No, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you might be. I don't know. We're both prognosticating right now. I have no idea.
Right. I mean, I'm no Mel Kiper, but I'm thinking it's $20. I believe when State of Decay 2 comes out, you'll be able to get it for $50, and it will be DLCs for $20 a piece.
Possibly. It very well could be.
And I'm trying to see what else there is. I don't feel like reading this whole article. It's way too long. But yeah, that's the basic gist.
That's the update. No, and I would tell you, again, if $50 includes the DLC, that's great. My biggest pet peeve, and we're not going to get onto this for a long topic, is when they have different versions of games come out, standard edition, ultimate edition, bullshit edition. They don't always come with the DLC pack. So you're paying $79.99 and you're getting, the
content.
Game. You're getting maybe like 5 loot boxes and you're getting like a free suit outfit that you can't get if you don't have this edition, and like no DLC. And then the DLC packs come out, and to your point, they're anywhere from $10, $15, $20. So if you get the 3 DLC packs that come out, you're in the hole for $70. Oh, I got the Ultimate Edition. You're in $100. $100 easy on a game.
Right.
No game costs $60 anymore. No, even this $30 game, I'm going to end up paying full price for that game eventually. If I'm getting more content, fine. But I'm really done with the additions. And again, that we could spend a whole day on the topics. We won't.
We should. We should mark that. Put that on the side. Let's.
Well, it should be its own video. So keep an eye out for it. Maybe that's its own video. All right, let's move. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move past the games we're excited for.
Oh wait! I got one more.
All right.
One more. Because the AAA games, that's it, right? But there's one game that really excites me because I like the simulation things. But Jurassic World Evolution. So basically, it's like Zoo Tycoon with dinosaurs. I'm not going to delve into it. I just want to bring this to people's mind. I've been reading a little bit about it. I don't know if the dinosaurs go crazy, but it's basically you get to manage your own Jurassic Park. That comes out June 12th on digital, and then the following month is the physical copy. Let's face it, everyone kind of goes digital nowadays. No one gets physical because if you try to trade it in, you get gypped out of it. But anyway, just wanted to throw that out there real quick. Jurassic World Evolution, look for it. It seems like a fun park management game if you like those strategy management games.
You heard it here, folks. Dagobah's excited for the new Jurassic Park game.